The light shines. I call Community House mental health organization business provider in Seattle, Washington, twice. All because the woman who's in charge of my case who I go see for mental health chose the number 2 in distraction and misinformation and confusion rather than working with me as a client and being truthful with our 3-week appointment scheduling. Saying yeah, and then scheduling for 2 weeks. Staring at me and saying, teary, disheveled, and beside herself, she heard me say outside, my guns are in town. My guns are in town. My guns are in town. And the person next to her heard the same words. The person standing next to her with the cigarette in her hands, ready for her mouth, heard me say, my guns are in town. And my response and my correction for her hearing the United States Navy, my friends are in town, was incorrect. 2 women versus 1 man, versus 1 male human who doesn't want to be neutral, who doesn't want to be non-gender, had to stand up to 300 pounds of raw strength and tobacco and covered hair and traditional cultural dress. Who were blocking the door, who didn't have a man, person, or human come up to them and say, move. I said, excuse me, you're blocking the door. I stopped. I waited. They didn't move. I moved a little bit more forward. Excuse me, you're blocking the door. And they still didn't move. Twice I moved. Not once did they move their fucking finger away from the door, holding the tobacco cigarette. And now I have to talk on a video for school to say, oh my God, you chose 3 weeks misdirection confusion for a cancer recovering person who doesn't want to be on Social Security forever. All for your psychology. All for what you see as psychiatry. And you don't hear the silence. You don't hear my voice getting dimmer and dimmer and quieter. You don't see my eyes getting saggier and less clear. You believe in Allah. You eat like a fucking king who's not a gender. You look like an overweight, obese queen. And you're the building manager. And you went to the University of Washington social worker school called Nirvana. And by golly gee whiz, you've succeeded. Shut down the entire state of Washington with your governor, Mr. Jay Inslee. You've got a discounted room in the most expensive city in the galaxy, probably the universe. And you swear, by golly gee hoot, that your God Allah knows more than what's in front of your eyes, what's outside of your ears. Or else, your religion, you say to not say out loud, for the sanctity of appropriate behavior. Has made you a killer, a murderer, a brutal thug. You succeeded in taking away memory. And should I have the honor to die, and you see this video now, you and your friends, you and your co-workers, and your world will be able to watch death for the rest of your life. You can just repeat this over and over. Google will never delete someone dying from cancer in front of your eyes. A disease with no cure. With an engineer who has a treatment plan being prevented from fruition. So hold your keys. Squeeze your phone with the tenacity of an eating champion. And go make friends with your girls. Love your sisters. And keep making those brothers and those men nice and weak and pitiful. And most importantly, never remember me. Never look back and think about my face. Never listen to my sound. You jihad-loving, practicing psycho. sociopath. You've succeeded in your goals. To waste my time, to make me feel so little, for you to pass me off to one of your strong, big and muscular men to finish off like a fucking cock, like a dick, shooting out sperm all over. A ghost shines a light on the wall. A ghost on the wall shines a light. And the light comes from a device from Blue Circle Technology called WKVR.1. And WKVR.1 kills cancer in the brain at the base of the skull. WKVR.1 and other similar models use electricity to eradicate, prevent, and destroy any growth from chordoma, tumors, with light, flash, and obliteration. When you all sit around and get depressed about cancer, think about the people that you've talked to who might have been able to cure it. With a little inspiration, support, and most importantly, some motivation. Instead of making a person like me choose death and dying over success, achievement, and honor, to force another human being to die for the simple fact of being prevented from stopping the death. I don't study anymore. I don't look anymore, I don't see anymore, I don't hear anymore, I don't, importantly, mostly, say anymore, do anymore. I'm that 2 on the wall in that diamond. And the only people who see me are those who try, who look for me. And I pray there's a gun in their purse. I pray there's a gun in their bag. And I get to be dead now.